learn how to make a multiplayer survival game inside of Unreal Engine 5 through my course. Click the link in the description if you guys want to learn more. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in my previous video, I showed you guys what Unreal Tournament would look like inside of Unreal Engine 5. And you guys asked for a tutorial on how to get your hands on the source files, all of the assets and 3D models, and how you can import it into Unreal Engine 5. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this tutorial. So here we are. You want to head over to the link in the description to find the repository of the Unreal Tournament source code. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be migrating the assets from this project into an Unreal Engine 5 project. I believe this is built in an old version of Unreal Engine. So the current Unreal Tournament project is based on Unreal Engine version 4.12. So if you want to mess around with a working version of the game rather than Unreal Engine 5, you'll have to download, 4.12 and follow all these steps. But like I said, we're just going to be taking the project files and migrating to Unreal Engine 5. So to do that, you just want to click on the code here and download that as a zip file. And so once that zip file is downloaded, right click, you want to extract the files. So now that we have that extracted, and inside of here we have the engine, and there's no content folder in here. So to get the content folder, which has all like the 3D models, we want to run the setup.bat. So what this will do is it'll open up this terminal and it will start updating dependencies. You're going to see it's going to be downloading here. And you don't want to click in here because it might pause this. But you can see it's downloading 300 megabytes out of 28 gigs. So it's going to take a while depending on your internet speed. But you'll just go ahead and leave this for a second. Now once you finish downloading and running that setup.bat, just open up Unreal Engine 5.1. Go ahead and launch it. And go to games. You can create a blank project. Or what I did was I created a first-person project. Let's name this Unreal Tournament. Click create. So now that we created this project, we can just go to our Epic Games launcher in our library, right click that project and go show in folder. So that will show us that project that we just created in Unreal Engine 5. Then in the content folder, we can take our Unreal Tournament engine content. I actually don't want the engine content folder. This is not the right one that we want. We want to go to our Unreal Tournament content folder and just copy all the contents of that and paste it into our Unreal Engine 5 content folder like so. Okay, so now that it's done pasting all the files, we can go ahead and open up our project. So I was going to go ahead and open up the editor. And so now we have all the files, and I'm just going to not import the changes. You can click import, but what it will do is it will ask like, are these files normal maps, all that stuff, and it's kind of annoying, so I'm just going to ignore that message. So now you can filter by levels in the content. So I do filter by level, and you can open up all the different levels that they have. They have a bunch of different blockouts of some of the older maps. I'm not too familiar with Unreal Tournament, so I don't really know any of the maps. But yeah, they have a bunch of unfinished maps. So I was going to compile shaders here. All the deathmatch maps are prefixed by DM, so just look through all those. So yeah, as you can see here, this is just a blockout, and this totally could be original map. I don't know. I haven't played the original game at all. So you can see it's just a very basic blockout. And I mean, there are just a bunch of these. Now for the finished maps, if you search up Outpost, this Outpost, Deathmatch Outpost 23, this is that map that I showed you guys in that video. So it's going to go ahead and compile all the shaders, and we can fly around inside of here. And we're going to see lighting needs to be rebuilt, all that stuff. So all the lights in here are static lights. So they've went ahead and like placed point lights over here, sounds, all that stuff. And if we go outside, what I did to update this was I just went to directional light source. Since this is an Unreal Engine 5 project, it already has shader model 6, nanite and all that stuff. So I just went to directional light, set that to movable. And if you go to window, environment light mixer, you can add things like volumetric clouds, sky atmosphere, and all that stuff. And you can play around with like the lighting. You can also go to all the meshes here, right click, browse to asset. You can just select all these pieces and right click, nanite, enable nanite for selected. If you want to nanite all the meshes, the blueprints, all of the actual code is all outdated. So you could probably open some of this stuff up, but obviously it's going to have a lot of errors. So what I did was, if you go to your world settings, so window, world settings, I set this game mode to the first person game mode, the first person shooter template. And then if I just do play at current camera location, you're going to see blueprint compilation errors, all these blueprints that are outdated. Then I just click play in editor anyways. And now you can play as the first person character and walk around. Now what I did to get that flak cannon weapon was I just used the first person. So I think in the first person blueprints, I just took this BP pickup rifle and dragged it into the level and just swapped this mesh out for that flak cannon so that when I play and pick it up, it'll be equipped. So yeah, like I said, you guys can play around with all the models, the source files. All the stuff is sort of outdated and has a lot of errors obviously, but you guys can mess around and see what you can do. Like I said, there's a ton of different maps that you can play around with. I haven't looked through all of them because there are just a bunch. Also filter by static mesh and see all the 3D models that we have. And it would be nice if, again, Epic would, I don't know, just throw this all in the marketplace, since I don't think they're going to use any of this stuff. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here. And let me see if I can find the vehicles and all that stuff. Sniper rifle. Yeah, so some of the models here are from the original game, is what I assume. So yeah, you can see some of the older models. Let's see what else we can find in here. So more different 3D model structure, modular pieces for the maps. A lot of environment props like rocks and trees and stuff like that. I guess if you search for vehicles, it'll pull up some of the skeletal meshes. I just filter by skeletal mesh, and let's see. So yeah, here's like a tank, I guess. Like I said, I haven't played the original Unreal Tournament, but looks like these things are skeletal meshes and they're all rigged. So these are probably like the original game files. So yeah, I don't know, maybe someone will feel inspired to do a remake or something like that. A cool update for this map that someone could do is they could just swap out the environment meshes, like all of the rocks and stuff out here, with Quixel Megascans assets. I think that would be a pretty cool video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you how you can get your hands on the Unreal Tournament source files. One thing that I will disclaimer though is, as described in the license agreement, the code and assets residing in this repository may only be used for Unreal Tournament submissions. So technically you can't really distribute this or use this in your game or whatnot. Only for Unreal Tournament submissions. You can read up about the license info on all that stuff, but yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Check out my multiplayer survival game course if you guys are interested in learning how to use Unreal Engine 5 to create a complete game. I'll leave a link in the description to it below. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.